Hey, you!
We spraying, we cleaning.
Hey, you!
Check him.
Hey, you!
Wow, in mold.
Hey, you!
60? Wow. That's just straight up 5 years, that's crazy.
Wow. I love the way that TTS says wow. 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 That is fucking like 5 years. That's crazy. Wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. No, that's really something. Oh, wow. You know, they turned me into a car. Wow. How are you doing this evening? How are we doing this evening? / afternoon. You got a fucking steak dinner? Living fancy. Oh, there's an Air Riders demo that's gonna go live? Interesting. Have fun. I would play that shit, but there's 2 reasons why I do not. Number 1, I already know I'm gonna buy the game. Why do I need to play the demo? Number 2, I played it at PAX. if I don't play it at all until the release in like a week, I won't have the thirst that you get for a game. Pochi puked. But yeah. Because when I was at PAX, it was one thing when I was at PAX because it's like, oh, there's still months and months. I guess it's only like a couple months, but months and months until this comes out. I don't have the craving for it. It's a little bit of a curated experience, enough for me to go, oh fuck, this is exactly what I wanted. And then there was everything else happening with PAX to help keep my mind off of it. If I downloaded that demo and played it, I'd just be sitting here twiddling my fucking thumbs until the game came out, not wanting to do anything else. If there's something I really want to play, but it doesn't come out, I can't play anything. My brain's like, I can't enjoy this. It's not that other thing. It just shuts the fuck down and ruins my whole week. Yeah, a demo is good if you get an exclusive for play. Not super common. Okay. My original intention was to save up, get myself a Switch 2 and Kirby towards the end of this month, like when the game comes out. That plan didn't take into account the fact that there's a million other fucking things I have to pay for this time of year. So I'm just gonna fucking play it on Pochi's Switch 2. I'll get my own Switch 2 some other fucking time. I can't, even if it was like a tax write-off, I can't fucking justify that purchase, man. That's like, what, $400 something for the console, plus $70 for the game, plus tax. Like, oh, fuck. I can't do that, man. When the Switch 2 got announced and I saw the price of it, I was like, who the fuck is gonna be able to afford that shit in this day and age, in this fucking current economy? And then the Switch 2 went on to be their best-selling console ever. Somebody's got money. I don't know who the fuck it is. I mean, I don't have a problem with the console itself. It was the price point. I'm also just cheap. So I don't spend money if I don't have to. Anyway. Hello, good afternoon, good evening. We are gonna be playing Pressure Washer 2. I played this already. I played some in my free time. Enough to know that I enjoy it like I did the first game. And because there's not really any real overarching story, you didn't miss anything.
5 entire years, that's scary.
Yep. More 5 years. Did I hit an anniversary or something that I don't know about? Was this year my 5-year anniversary of streaming? Oh shit. Happy anniversary. That would have been all the way back in like May. June, July, August, September, October. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so it was like April, May, so that would make sense. Yeah. Happy anniversary 5 or 6 months ago. Yay. Whatever, dude. I'll celebrate the next anniversary I'm worried about. streaming on internet content wise is next year, next June, I believe. My YouTube account turns 20. My YouTube account can almost drink and vote. That's fucking scary. I've had my YouTube account for more of my life than I did without it. If that came out making sense. There's been more time since I made that YouTube account till now than there was between being born and making the account, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, that's, I said, big. On tenure. Yeah. So that's crazy. Anyway, this game. I'm gonna put on some tunes in the background too. What's some good, like, cleaning music? I could pray for the best and put on my YTPMV play. No, you think that's too risky? Yeah. Okay. This is a good like spray down some muck OST. Here we go. Cats on the bulletin board. Check this shit out. There's more. There's cats everywhere. Pussy. Oh, dirt alarm. I thought it was a fire alarm. I got ripped off. Okay. I gotta remember the controls for this game. Start washing. Shooting gallery. Okay. Oh, I'm also gonna turn down the sound effect because it's gonna get really grating really fast. This one, I guess? Here? Why is the audio option so disjointed? Oh, wait, water volume right there, like a dipshit. Ah, much better, okay. Alright, anyway, I start cleaning now. I'll be real. I kind of really like using power washers. They're like actually really enjoyable to use. Yeah, that ding is a bit of an ear blast. Hold on. Ding. Okay, yeah. Crank that bitch down. Let me put it on like the weakest one. In reality, trying to power wash is more like this, where it's like you really got to give it a good go before it goes away. But damn, is it fucking satisfying to have like a nasty fucking like moss algae ridden piece of like something or another. Who cares? And suddenly, oh fuck, I can see it again. It's clean. I don't like that thing. Wash your house. Yeah. There are parts of my place that could desperately use it, but because of the time of year, that ain't gonna happen. If I was gonna do it, I should have done it before it became cold season. I love instant gratification. No. There we go. There we go. I'm desperately trying to relearn the controls here. How fucking dirty are these things? There we go. Same for these water guns. What is... There we go. Do I own or rent one? I borrow one from a family member. Like, if they're not gonna use it all the time, I'll use it when I have need of it. Oh, there's where the schmutz is. This fucking thing has so many cracks and nooks and crannies, it is gonna take fucking forever. Things have physics now, by the way. You see that shit? What the fuck? What poop storm came through here and did this to these things? There was a wonder storm.
Powder wash.
No. Aw, yeah, washing my stall. It's been a while since I spoke to you people. Now, have you seen that thing called real-time fandom? Yeah, did you enjoy that? Yeah. Yeah, it's good shit. Got my Oogie Boogie? Good, because I made it up on the spot, basically. For whatever reason, I had no... Here's the thing about those things, is like, I can do whatever the fuck I want, basically. It's kind of just fucking around. But I wanted to have something that felt, like, appropriate. I didn't want to cop out. And I struggled to think of something that would sound good. And that was kind of what I just kind of settled on last minute. That's why it doesn't sound the same as the first episode. It's because I was just like, I don't know how the fuck to do this. I'm going to just figure it out as I go. Yeah. Why am I thanking my wife? No, you didn't. How did you help? Did you? I don't know. Sure. Piglet was pretty good too. The Piglet was an obvious, like an easy, you know, oh, just sound like a small, sweet little thing. I had the Lexapro joke stuck in my head for like a hot minute. Yeah, the 100 Acre Woods was a lot of fun. Bob's notorious line caught literally everybody off guard. I did not know he was gonna say that. No one knew, no one could have predicted he was gonna say that. But fuck if it didn't crack us up. Yeah. Yeah, the delivery sold it. I gotta give him a lot of credit for that. His delivery sold it. I'm glad you liked my Jafar because that was the best I could do. I felt better about everything I was doing as time went on. But that first batch of things I did, I was like, I did not have a lot of confidence, I'll be real. Yeah, every single one of us had to get a feel for things as we went along. You can feel us all get better at what we're doing as each episode progresses. It's one of the reasons why each episode is like better than the last. Not to say any of them are bad, but you can feel the groove get found as each episode comes through. Like Sora's Bloodlust, yeah. The best part about all of it is I don't know shit about Kingdom Hearts, and I still don't, and I refuse to learn. I don't know shit about fuck. It is so true. I'm fucking spraying my white everywhere. See how much easier that was? Fandoms where you learn, sorry I had another human friend. That's fun. Okay, I say I don't know shit, but it's like, I know very surface level minuscule things. Like cosmosis? The fuck was I about to say? Cultural osmosis type shit. But, I mean, and the other thing about the fandub is, like, apparently it cuts out entire characters and sections, and I didn't know that. But, yeah, I enjoy the fact that I don't know what the fuck is going on at any given moment. I think it helps me. And I think people probably understand why I made my decision for Sebastian's voice that I made. Given my color. My complexion. Yeah, thank you. I like the Sebastian. My white ass. Yeah. I sounded exasperated doing that voice because I was exasperated doing that voice. I was trying to make a conscious decision to be more spontaneous. So I had a combination of just saying whatever the fuck came to my mind first, and then not being able to think of anything because my brain was frying itself out. Which it works. It worked. It worked out. It's okay. It's all good. Yeah, improv is hard. Don't let anybody tell you that it's not, because it fucking is. I don't know if anybody really quite realizes how hard it is to not lean on just going like, oh, fucking piece of fucking, this shitty fucking, you know, just profuse swearing. It's hard to not just fall back on that when you can't think of anything. This shit is dirty. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm a masterclass in improv, because I'm absolutely fucking not. I feel like I've got a lot to learn about improv. But I do think I am aided by having watched a lot of Whose Line growing up. I do think that legitimately has given me a heads up on learning some of this shit. Yeah, the delivery can save a lot of the things that you say. Like, I've had a lot of people say, like, oh, damn, dude, the way you fucking said Blu-ray was just killing me. It was just cracking me up. I was like, well, that's good, because I only said it that way because I fucking couldn't think of anything else to say. You could hear the gears turning in my head, trying to think of something funnier to say, and I was just like, I just gave up. I think what my brain wanted to say was Laserdisc, and I forgot the word Laserdisc. It was like, fall back, quick. What was the first thing you heard? I have a few things that have helped me kind of improve my improv over time. HLVR was like 95% pure improv, which meant I had to be on my toes at all times when we were doing that. And every time we've done some kind of Jackbox, really, where you have to like kind of think on your toes. Jackbox is great, like a great practice tool for improv. Let me just spray some more of this. There we go. The buck tuck. That's something I say. That sounds like something I'd say. Oh, that's right, the haunted painting. Yeah. That was me trying like real hard. I remember. Something I think about sometimes is kind of crazy is when you're like a streamer or a content creator of some kind, odds are the people who watch you remember more about the things you've done than you do. There's so many things I do where it's like I do it and then I think about it for maybe a week and then it stops existing in my brain. But there's a lot of people where it's like it just lives on in their head forever, basically. Yeah, people go back and rewatch that stuff. I don't rewatch like anything I do. I don't like looking at my own content. And that's not like a confidence and quality thing. It's just like I don't like to sit and watch myself. I'm confident what I did was great. I just don't want to see it. I think that's everyone. I think that's probably most people. There's definitely some people that get high on their own fumes. But we don't talk about those people. You hear your own voice just once you implode. Yeah, I mean, even like, I've had to get a lot more used to it over the last few years, and I'm relatively comfortable with it now. But just purely by one, being a content creator, and two, wanting to do voice acting, I've had to like force myself to be okay with the voice that I hear coming out of the computer. and kind of accept that it's not the one that I hear from inside of my head. Like, even what I'm saying right now, I guarantee if I come back like 4 hours later and play it back, I'm gonna be like, what the fuck? Why do I sound like that? The fuck? We talk like that? Yo. You know what one of my favorite videos is the dude that's like, people with Baltimore accent, read this phrase out loud. You go, what the fuck? We really talk like that? Just the brutal self-realization of like, what the fuck? I sound stupid. You are that video and it kills you. That's the thing though, is once you get that realization, just like the dude in the video, you can be like, Aaron earned an iron urn. I didn't realize Oogie Boogie had such a short amount of screen time in our I don't know if that's in all of Kingdom Hearts or just our cut of it. But he showed up, said, "That's not a pussy," and then he died. I thought I had more screen time. He has more in Kingdom Hearts 2? Oh, goody. Yeah, he was not sound at all. He's made out of a potato sack. Of course it wasn't gonna work out. Bag of bugs. Bag of bugs. It's a bag of bugs. I posted it on Twitter, yeah. Somebody was like, hey, are we gonna get Gur to sing Oogie Boogie's song with his interpretation of the character? And I was like, I went, who the fuck wants that? And then I got like a shitload of replies like, everybody wants this. Everybody's saying this, do it. Man, I don't fucking know. I don't know about that, Chief. I really don't. It's just like a really weak interpretation of like a Creole, like Nolans type accent. What the fuck part of this roof is still dirty that I'm not seeing? Is it this? That doesn't count as this, does it? Oh, whatever. Can you pay me to do it? Sure. The bar of what I will or won't do lowers if you involve money. That sounds terrible. If somebody pays me $500 right now, I will both record Oogie Boogie's song and also Under the Sea as Sebastian. Okay, okay, where are we at? I say that because where's Styrobox? I say that partly because like those are both really grating voices. There's a way to do those kinds of voices without it shredding your throat. Unfortunately, I'm not professionally trained and don't know how to do that. So I do it in the most self-destructive way I could. So if you asked me to sing fucking songs with those voices, I'm fucking out of commission for several days. Don't marge yourself. That's a funny way to put it. One of these days, I'm gonna like actually get some vocal training. It's just that shit's mad expensive. But there are voice actors who are like retired and just do that for a living that I would absolutely love to get lessons from. Like Charlie Adler. I'd love to fucking get vocal lessons from fucking Charlie Adler. That dude is like an icon. If you don't know who that is, Cow and Chicken. I'll just say Cow and Chicken. He does Cow and he does the red guy. I think is like the one thing you need to know. The fact that he does those two voices, he has the range to do those two voices, should tell you a lot about the kind of fucking voice actor he is. The dude is a fucking legend. And who else just will teach voice training every now and then? Oh, I'm drawing a blank on his fucking name. He plays fucking Yakko Warner. What's his fucking name? Paul something. It's on the tip of Rob Paulson. Rob Paulson, thank you. That's driving me fucking nuts. Rob Paulson also sometimes teaches voice classes. That's another dude I'd love to learn from. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he's got a pretty, like, a generic sounding name. Love the guy. His name is very bland. So there's something about, like, veteran voice actors that I respect a lot, which is their ability to just say whatever, whenever, in any voice that they've ever done, and just, like, they don't care. There's no shred of, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, if I were to, like, if tomorrow somebody was like, I want to do an interview with you, and I'm like, okay, sure, and they're like, hey, could you say, like, say blank as so-and-so character, I'd be like, I don't know, man, there's still that degree of, like, I cringe if I try to do something like that. Even though I have no reason to, it's just that it's something that you have to, like, lose. It's like a self-judgment thing that you have to lose after a while. You do a character voice, figure how you do it 5 minutes later. Oh yeah, no, that's like, I still do that type of shit too. It's not easy to really cement those kinds of things in your head. Unless you've really thought really hard on it, you're probably gonna lose it. And even then, like, depending on the length of time between instances of usage, you're probably still going to forget. I have a lot of respect for voice actors who are like, they did a voice 40 years ago, and someone's like, hey, can you do that voice? And they're like, oh yeah, sure. And it sounds like they'd just been in the booth like yesterday doing that shit. Like, how the fuck do you do that? Even asking me to try AI voice. Now, I say all that, but like, at least my voice that I did in HLVR was very simple. Stop spraying, I need a drink. At least, yeah, it was a really simple voice. It's just... Hold on, I'm grabbing a soda. Ah. Okay. It's just because Bubby was just somewhere between HO1 scientist and fucking Professor Oak. That's the name of it. It lies somewhere between those voices. So it's not deeply complicated. It's not hard to remember. It's just do a mediocre impression of both of those voices at the same time, and there you fucking go. But also, that being said, if I were asked to do that shit like right now, it would probably not sound correct. There's also the fact that it would be just me talking and not through dog shit original Gary's Mod voice codec, which is a big factor in how it sounds. Banana-na-na-na. Banana-na-na-na. Ha 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 ha. Do you remember? Okay, there's a lot of like old heads in chat right now. Is this game different from the first one? It's the same game, but a lot of the mechanics are better. There's good quality of life changes. There's some additional tools that they didn't have in the first one. I'm not paid to play this shit. You don't think that's worth paying for? Don't buy this game by all means, but this is a good turn off my brain type game. I went on Twitter like yesterday. It was like, damn, I need a new stream game that I can just like stick with because my ADHD ass brain is really bad at that. And then I went, wait, oh fuck, I forgot I bought this game. What was I saying? I was starting to say something, completely forgot what it was. Oh, old heads. Does anybody remember when I would do like the voice acting streams? Shouts out to anyone that remembers that. I forgot I did that. I should do that again. I just need to have a good reason to do it. Money is, I mean, yeah, sure. It is a reason. Stop. There we go. You love the clacking? I also really love the clacking. It's like a fidget toy. Good reason I could just do it. Yeah, but it hurts. sitting and just doing voices for like a couple hours hurts. I'm gonna like fuck my throat up. I'd like to have a good reason to do so, other than, you know, oh, it's, you know, it's fun. I can do a lot of fun things that don't fuck me up. But yeah, I should just do it. Yeah, no, it's. I'm not gonna go like be like, all right, here's a voice acting stream. I'm doing it for 20 minutes. It's gonna be for at least 2 hours, which is the length of like a fairly hefty voice recording session. Voice acting stream with a gimmick is I just talk normal. I mean, technically I could, but I feel like that'd be a bit of a rip-off. That iToy game where you copy movie clips. I would love to fucking play like U-Star or something. I have. Oh shit! No, my fucking. I don't have that in. What American Idol game? Oh. No, I don't remember. The Game Boy Advance one?
Yeah.
Oh, I could stream that whenever the fuck I wanted. I just really don't want to because it's not that fun. What the fuck was I saying? Oh, I'd love to do U-Star at some point. Now that my visage is no longer like a complete mystery, I could afford to do so. It's just there is the factor of like I wanted to like keep to myself, but there's also the factor of like I don't want to fuck around on camera most often. There's not a lot of reasons that I ever really want to be on camera. I'm just not that kind of guy. I like being behind the camera. You know, that's not a question you want to ask. If you get an answer that agrees with you, you're gonna be like, hey, why'd you say that? If you get an answer that doesn't agree with you, you can be like, that's not very nice. That's like that's a trap question. Anyway, yeah. I'll be in front of a camera if I have a good reason to be in front of a camera, but I'm talking a lot about having reasons to do things, huh? I'm not even supposed to be here. But yeah. Okay, when I say I need a reason, I mean like the idea and conceit and concept behind doing something has to be fun enough or secondarily lucrative enough to justify the discomfort. I'm not a person that likes to be uncomfortable. Some people are like, I can put up with it for very little. I need a good reason to not be comfortable. If something's funny enough, I will be uncomfortable. Like when I did the fucking karaoke. Let me eat a chip here. When I was doing karaoke and I damn well knew I sounded like shit doing some of those songs, you know. No, there were songs I legitimately sounded bad on. Don't gas me up. But the conceit is, well, that's funny if I sound like shit. So it's okay. a lot of fun. Yeah. I only realized yesterday. What the fuck? Huh. Anyway, I only realized yesterday that that stream was like a full year ago. Yeah. Or Voices of the Void, please. Voices of the Void is hard for me to do because, like, I'll have fun and get sucked into it and everything, but, like, I don't know. Something about those streams just, like, they wear me out. I don't know what it is. I also did the mannequin thing, and that felt like I kind of, like, spoiled the dinner of, like, well, shit, now do I have to do this every time? Because I feel like I'm missing out on an opportunity for fun if I don't. I'll probably just not bother with it next time I do it. I'm debating. I'm kind of waiting to see how long I can go before the game updates again. Because if I can wait until the game updates, that would be ideal. So I have something fresh and new and interesting happening every time I play it. I remember streamed long drive and dancing for 2 hours. I would love to do more long drive if they would hurry up and update the game. They're doing like a full like code restructure, which, okay, fair enough. That's not an easy undertaking. But they said that they were working on that like close to a year ago, and there's still not really been anything. That's not even me shitting on them. It's just like, damn it, I want to play that game, but I don't have a good reason to do so right now. Again, with me and my reasons, but you know what I'm saying. Played for the first time last week and loved it. It's like, Long Drive is one of those games that I think exemplifies a game doesn't have to be good to be fun. Long Drive, by all means, on a technical aspect, is not a good game. But it is a really fun game. There are very well game made. Well game made? There are a lot of very well made games that are actually really not fucking fun to play. Oh yeah, when we did the multiplayer. That's the other thing, is part of when that game updates is the multiplayer is supposed to be a lot more competent. And I'd love to play that game fucking multiplayer again, because that shit is fucking hilarious. But I don't really want to do it while it's like a struggle to get it to function, you know what I mean? Like, that's not fun to sit and just play technical difficulties, the simulator. I just want to fucking have fun, bro. I just want to fucking chill. Fucking thing clean yet? Come on. Okay. Something come out? No? Okay. What am I stuck? What was I saying? I don't know. I should, do some of those like random what the fuck ever, who cares type late night streams again. I'm like, I got like a life and shit now. I didn't have a life when I was doing that shit. I have a wife, I have a life. So I'm a lot less inclined to do those things now. I have 3 terrible children instead of just 1. I was like straight up no lifing when I first started streaming. I had nothing fucking going on. Now I got shit going on in my life. So it turns out when you got shit going on in your life, by the end of the day, you're kind of tired and don't really want to feel like doing that kind of stuff. Those streams always did have like a vibe that I kind of miss. Of just like, I don't have to like come out and announce like some big thing ahead of time and share all the socials and make sure everybody knows what's going on and set things up ahead of time and just fucking like be in the middle of playing a game, be like, damn, this is funny, or I'm having fun. I'm gonna turn OBS on and whoever shows up shows up. Yeah, like the Naruto. That's definitely one for the OGs because I forget I did that thing. Or I was just like, I happened to be playing VR chat that night and found the Naruto world. And I found that it had an option to like play music from the show, and I was like, I got an idea. And just turned on OBS. DM my friend, like, hey, can you like join me in this VR chat world and like just run around with me with these avatars for a minute? I need to. It's gonna be really bizarre the way I word this, but I need to stop caring so much. I care too much. I need to just relax and do shit because it's fun. Not worry so much about putting on a show. Yeah, of course it was. That was one of my within first year of streaming type stream. I keep saying type. One of my fucking 17. And I know there's a lot of people who would appreciate those kinds of streams. Half because they're just a fun thing, and half because there's probably a shitload of people in the EU who would love to have a stream at a time of day that's not ungodly. Yeah. I do lament for my poor EU viewers. EU, UK viewers. They're like, oh, I love your streams. It's too bad I have to be up at 4 in the morning to see them. Sorry you're on the other side of the planet. It was different when I lived on the West Coast and I could justify a stream that would be the equivalent of 3 a.m. Eastern because it would only be midnight for me. Now that I'm on Eastern Standard Time, you are not probably ever going to catch me streaming at 3 in the fucking morning. If for no reason other than the fact that, like, I'm not the only person that lives in this house. I can't be on the fucking computer being a loudmouth. Oh. Yeah, I feel like there's things that I just don't do anymore, and I should evaluate and get back to some of that stuff. I'm not saying I fell off, but there are some things that I should get back to do. Midnight in UK. Yeah, see, that's the thing is like, how long are you gonna want to sit there at the computer at fucking midnight watching some dickhead do this shit, right? It's like, oh, I'm fucking tired. I'm gonna turn this off. I'll go watch the VOD later. And I wouldn't blame anyone. That's what I would fucking do. If you're a VOD viewer, by all means, you know what? Congrats. If you're watching the VOD right now, happy to see you. I'm happy to not see you. Go zerk off? Grow up. I mean, even just this power wash stream, I used to do these now and then with the original game. These are always fun because it's like, what else am I gonna do but like face out and talk to chat? Nice. I do enjoy the streams where I just kind of shoot the shit. I'm not a terribly social person, except for the times when I am. And if I'm doing one of these streams, it means I'm okay with being a social person. There's a lot of streams by nature being a closed shifter. Oh man, I get that. I was never an overnight closed shift person when I was working retail. Like, I even was asked if I wanted to do one of those shifts like once, and I said absolutely not. It's one of the few times I ever was like, yeah, I'm not doing that at all, and there's no way I ever will. I can't be doing that shit. I like sleeping too much. But I would be the guy that's like, I'm there until closing. I'm there until it's fucking like midnight, 1 in the morning, something like that. I didn't hate that, but I certainly didn't fucking love it. I liked it better than fucking opening, I'll tell you that much. Opening always sucked ass. Again, because I like sleep. I didn't like, it's 4 in the morning, time to wake up so I can show up for my 5 a.m. shift. Fuck that. I do not miss retail. I would so much rather be like a poor, barely making ends meet type streamer. Gotta stop saying tight. What the fuck am I doing? I would rather barely make ends meet as a streamer than somewhat more make ends meet and work retail. Because at least doing this, I'm happy. Type is fine to say. Yeah, but it's the fact that I keep doing it so often. It's like I'm bugging myself. But yeah, no, just like the realization of just how miserable retail work was making me. Cool S! The realization of just how miserable retail work was making me hit me so hard after I quit. And especially when streaming actually took off for me. I was like, Jesus Christ. I really was miserable, huh? And there are like some aspects that I'm not gonna say I miss maybe, but I did enjoy. There were some aspects I could enjoy, but certainly not enough to ever justify doing that shit again. Money was not one of the reasons. You want to know how much I'll be fucking transparent about this. You want to know how much I was making by the time I quit? I was working at that place for, and I'm not going to say what the place was because that is excess information. I was working at that grocery store for, I was like right on the cusp of 6 years. I was like 2 months out from hitting the 6-year mark. I was making $11.25 an hour. 11.25 a fucking hour to work a fucking register. To have inconsistent hours. Mind you, I told every fucking boss I ever had, I don't want to work register. I don't want to fucking do that shit. I don't like being forward facing. I don't like handling money. They made me do it anyway. But I fucking was only getting, and that was only a fucking like 4 or 5 month old raise I had gotten. I was making $10.75 until then. I was not fucking making money, man. I think the highest amount of money I'd ever had in my bank account by the time I quit was like $2,000. That was the most money I'd ever had at once, was $2,000. But I have respect for people who do the grind, who put up with it. Even if it's just because you have no choice, I still respect that you're putting up with it, because goddamn, I put up with it for longer than I would ever want to do again. I literally don't think you could pay me enough to do that shit ever again. Is that clean? No, it's not clean. I have immense respect for retail workers. In a general sense, there are individuals who I don't respect. Obviously. Kind of goes without saying. But if you have to work any sort of like customer facing job, shouts out, because that shit sucks so much ass. Yeah, and that was the thing, was like, I fucking, even to this day, I'm still having to live with family members. If that was my pay back then, and I was having to try and rent somewhere, I shit you not, I probably would be dead by now. I don't know how people do that. I really don't. That's part of why it's like, there are sometimes, it sounds terrible to say out loud, and I feel like I've said this on stream before, but after I quit and then the streaming was actually working out really well, and I was like, damn, thank God for COVID-19. It's like, it was a terrible thing for a lot of people. It fucked up a lot of people. It ended lives. But it fucking saved mine. Because I don't think I would have had the fucking balls to quit that job if it weren't for COVID. I was getting to the point already in that job where I was like, I'm fucking miserable every single day I show up to this fucking job. I'm a fucking shell of a human being every time I show up and start fucking work. To the point that, like, I was like, God, I want to say it was like a month. It was like a month before COVID really hit hard and shit was going bad. I got called into the office and they were like, yeah, so we're gonna have to suspend you for 3 days. You've been calling out too much. I've been calling out because I didn't want to fucking be there. And I said, okay, that's cool. They're like, that's not really what we want to hear from somebody that's being told that they have to go home and they're suspended for 3 days. I said, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. You're telling me that my punishment for not coming to work is to not come to work? What do you want me to say? You're doing me a favor. That day, I was even thinking of, like, just faking some shit so I could leave early. All they did was save me the trouble. So when COVID happened and like I did not keep up with news at that time. It was just too annoying to do so. So I was like, why is like our shelves are like really empty? What is going on? And people were coming up and like, why is the shelf empty? The shelf is empty. You don't have so and so. Why don't you have so and so? I was like, why are there so many people? People are getting like pissed. We don't have shit. And I'm like, sorry, man. I don't know why we don't have all this shit. And then when I finally found out what was going on, I was like, oh, this is gonna be bad, isn't it? And it was like a few days later, I show up after my day or days off, I don't remember, and get my new schedule, and it's like they completely ignored and eliminated the days that I had told them I needed to have off, and had off for like years at a time. They gave me an ungodly amount of hours to work, and I was like, all right, right now there's the chance that I could bring home a deadly disease to myself and my family. Every day I show up at work, there's lines out the fucking store for people trying to buy things that we have next to nothing of. And they want me to be here for an ungodly amount of time, for an ungodly amount of days. No. I'm not doing that. I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. And I fucking took my badge, and I walked into that back office, and walked up to that store manager, and they're like, yeah, what can I do for you? It's like, I quit. And they're like, are you serious? I was like, yep, bye, and left. I have always been a kind of like, man, if you're gonna quit, at least give them the 2 weeks, save everybody else the trouble kind of guy. Nah, I was out. I was done. They fucked me so hard on that deal, and I was gonna be at so much risk and like 5 times more miserable at a job that already had me like wanting to fucking tear my hair out. I was like, no, that's it. I'm done. No more. I'm out. And I only regretted it for a day or two. When you do something like that, you have like a period of time of like, oh shit, did I fuck up really bad? Did I just fuck up really bad doing that? Was that too short-sighted? And then you sleep on it a couple days, and you go, no, that was the right thing to do. I feel much better now. It's like, yeah, you got shit to figure out now. But I don't wake up feeling like I have a gun to my head anymore. That's nice. That's very freeing. That's a very nice feeling to have. So yeah. I don't remember why I got on this story. Oh yeah, I was like talking about when I started streaming. But yeah. And then the thing that sealed the deal for me was like, I think it came like, you know, quite a fat chunk of time later after that. Let's say several months later after that. But like, I think it was my very first media share stream that I did. And seeing how much, both one, how much fun I had doing it, and then two, how much I made doing it. And was like, if I had the equivalent of what I earned on that very first media share stream was the equivalent of like a month and a half, 2 months of working retail that I got in one night. And I was like, ah, so this was in fact the right decision. obviously, those were extenuating circumstances. Everybody had their COVID checks. They had money to throw around. There was nothing else to do but watch streamers. Like, if somebody was to do that shit now, that would not fucking work out. But that was the big, like, yeah, I made the right decision. My life is so much happier now. That was the moment that I was like, okay, yeah, I'm happy doing this. And I got a wife, shit like that. It's pretty nice. I would not recommend somebody try to be a streamer if they want to, like, have a career. I think that is a horrible, horrible fucking decision. If you want to do it for fun, yeah, fuck it. There's no stakes. If you want to do it for even maybe a few bucks here and there on the side, sure, okay. Don't do this as a career. This is not something you should be aiming to make a career out of. Again, I have extenuating circumstances that have made this pay the bills. And that's really what this is I'm doing this 90% because it's fun and 10% because it's paying my bills. Yeah, no, that's the thing is, like, I literally can't even begin to describe the amount of luck it took to get where I am. Having you people around here was like just a pure stroke of mega luck. Yoshi bro just hit a fucking 5-stream streak. That is incredible. Hello. I'm so proud of you and your 5 streams. Oh, I gotta eat more strips. Give me a second. And I gotta drink more soda because my health is like last place to anything else. Ugh. What is in the song? Oh, it's the crowd noise, yeah. Anyway, I appreciate everybody that ever watches my streams ever. Because the amount of stars aligning that it took to have you people here is unfathomable. Well, you know I gotta wiggle that thing. But yeah, like, let's go over it, okay? We did HLVR, right? Let's actually, you know what? Let's backpedal even further and focus on like the core beginning. One day, my friends and I are hanging out, and Wayne, who was fresh to VR at this time, was tremendous proponent, and was like, I want to stream to you guys this Fallout. I want to stream to you guys Fallout 4 VR because it's really fucking neat. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I love Fallout, and I'm interested in what VR is really like. And he gets in there, and we're watching him play around. It's a lot of fun, huh? And he screams at a baby, and then posts that video on Tumblr. And we can then fast forward from there to where he gets a streaming career out of it. Now hold on, I'm working on it. I gotta keep my mental train running. Am I gonna mention Moonbase Alpha? No, because that's like an alternate. That's like, that didn't quite directly lead to what I'm doing. That's just kind of a like. It's a fun alternate route that got me here. But fast forward, we're thinking of stream ideas. Wayne streamed himself in Gary's mod when he realized there was a Gmod VR mod. He streamed playing a couple levels of Half-Life 2. And we were like fucking around in the background while he did that, and he had fun and all, but he didn't really go any further than that one stream. And we kind of like sat and talked about it, and we were like, oh, you know, you don't know. He didn't know or care about like anything Half-Life at that time. It's like, you know what would be fun is if you like you just played through Half-Life but in VR, because I'm pretty sure all those levels work totally normally in Gmod. And he's like, yeah, you know, that would probably be fun. And I was like, and we talked more about it, and we were like, it'd be funny if like several of us were there pretending to be NPCs, da 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 da. Y'all get the conceit of HLVR. And we're sat there trying to think of like what to call. No. Okay, let me. I don't want to skip anything. We do that first HLVR stream. A lot of fun. A lot of people turn up for it. We enjoyed it. We do the YouTube upload of it, and we're like, what do we call it? And we sat and we kind of like shot the shit on what the title was like, and I was like, we're like, we don't like having to clickbait, but if we want to get it to people, we have to use a clickbaity title. And the hot thing at the time was the like blank but blank type of title, and it's like, oh, you know, Half-Life, but the AI are self-aware. He's like, oh, that's a really good one, we'll use that. And you know the rest. But that's the thing too, is like the viewership that we had gotten on that would not have been nearly as high if it also weren't for the fact that everybody was stuck in their house with nothing to do because COVID had hit. Like, yeah, Wayne had picked up a viewer base. It was nothing to like snuff at. What the fuck? It was nothing to like snuff at. It was pretty impressive for somebody that just started by having a funny video on Tumblr. But COVID hit. Everyone's stuck at home. Nothing to do. We do that. Everybody sees it, loves it. We do it again, and it kind of snowballs. And I mean, yeah. You know what VR headset Wayne used for the baby video? That was the original HTC Vive. Because really, that was the only really good headset on the market at the time. There was the Oculus, and it was okay, but it was not great. Not great. You think we would name it something else if it came out nowadays? Probably. That's the thing though, is that's such a... It's very loaded kind of question, because I have no clue what we would even go with at this. But anyway, let me reframe why the fuck I'm saying what I'm saying. I am where I am because of that ungodly degree of luck of everybody was stuck at home. We just happened to hit the... Oh, that was the other thing, was Half-Life was like hot at the time, because you know, like fucking Alex was like coming out relatively soon, like what, the next year, I think. I can't remember, it's been so long. Half-Life, oh no, it was because of all the like Half-Life memes that were on YouTube, was like adding Half-Life sound effects and all that other shit to things. That was like the hot shit at the time. And everybody's stuck at home. Everybody's watching YouTube. A significant more higher amount of people were watching Half-Life themed things on YouTube. We did that. People loved it. And then in terms of like maintaining streaming career shit, people had their COVID checks, so they had way more expendable money than they ever would have before. So we were able to sustain ourselves far more than we ever could have. And moral of the story is, does that sound like a lot of shit? Does that sound like a lot of like X had to line up with Y, had to line up with Z? Because it fucking is. Now imagine if we tried to do something similar to that, like, say we were not streamers, or only one of us was a streamer and had like, the average like 100 people max, 200 people max, and was like, oh, let's do this Half-Life thing. They would maybe get some views. It might get some views. Their viewer base might boost a little, but their income would not. It would maybe get a small peak, and then that would be it. It would be maybe the flavor of the week, and that would be it, and then they'd be forgotten. If you're like, I feel like I keep like bouncing so hard that I'm forgetting what I'm talking about. All right, let me reframe my brain again. Somebody that wants to be a streamer, like as a career, and why it's stupid. It kind of hurts to see how many people make that attempt and don't really understand what it needs to work. And it's also really frustrating to see this like dog shit market that has popped up around streamers, where they're like, oh, you want to be a streamer, get this fucking like massively overpriced kit of like shitty LEDs and a fucking like ring light and green screen if you want to be a streamer, right? Like, bro, you're setting fucking people up for failure. That's not you. Being a streamer is not like buying a handful of equipment and then profiting. It's like, it's a scam. It's a straight up, it's literally a scam to do that shit to people. Especially when they're younger people. I feel so bad because it's like they're gonna think, oh, I could be a streamer just like my favorite guy that I watch. And no, you don't. You can't. Not just by buying some bullshit you found on Amazon and calling it a fucking day. People think you get some tacky bullshit, you make your room lit up with LEDs, and you put on your face cam with a green screen in the background, and turn on OBS, and suddenly you're pulling in thousands and thousands of viewers and making buku bucks. No. Not at all. First off, just purely turning on OBS and then getting viewers, that alone, no matter who you are, no matter how charismatic or entertaining you are, that is like a fucking moonshot. That does not fucking happen. Second of all, the two key components to being a streamer, that a successful streamer, luck. Number one, luck. Just pure right place, right time, know the right kind of people to spread the word kind of shit. Second of all, charisma. You need charisma. If you're not charismatic, you're not gonna make it as a streamer. It doesn't have to be positive charisma. You can be like an asshole, but like people want to see you be an asshole. You can be a dipshit, but people want to see you be a dipshit. But you have to have it. You have to have that charisma. If you're not entertaining to listen to, if you're not charismatic, if you don't have a draw to you, you're done. You're done, kid. Put it up. Put away your LEDs. Put them in your closet. That's why you go to front page of Twitch right now, so just like go to whatever category. And I don't know if you can still sort lowest to highest. I can't. I think they might have got rid of that. But if you were to sort lowest to highest, there is an ungodly amount of people who have that generic streamer setup where they got the shitty LEDs, they got the fucking green screen, they got the ugly ass lighting everywhere, and the fucking generic ass fucking OBS layout that they got from Stream Elements. And they're just sat there maybe one viewer because it's their other, they got it on their other monitor, or they have their friend watching. And they're sat there and they're staring at nothing. They're saying nothing. And they cough every maybe 5 minutes. And that's their stream. Because they don't get it. They don't understand what the, they don't, poggers! Fucking Chuck E. They're running it like Chuck E. Cheese. They don't know what the point is. They don't understand what the draw is. They don't understand what the appeal is. They just know that there's this guy named I Show Speed that is a streamer and everybody loves him for it. And I'm gonna go ahead and turn on OBS and do that too. They saw a YouTube short of a guy named Queso, and now they want to do that too. Brother, it don't work that way. And it hurts. It hurts that so many people get tricked into thinking that it's easy money. You do nothing and you make money. Nah, man, this is exhausting shit. It might feel stupid to some people when, if I were to say like, oh, I'm gonna work and I turn on a stream and play a game. But it's work, man. You know the kind of energy it takes to like sit and oh god, split your focus, keep yourself engaged with people, keep yourself entertaining, and maintain that for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours consistently. It's not easy. It's not the hardest job in the world. Like, I'm not a fucking fool. I'm not gonna sit here and say this job is the hardest thing to do, but it's not easy. This isn't easy money. Imagine trying to sustain a conversation with somebody that you don't know for 4 hours and hope that you're making them laugh the whole time. That's what the job is. That's what the work is. Okay, brother, that's blood. Somebody got splattered, man. Man, I got through that whole job just like stream of consciousness talking. Game rules. I love not having to think too hard about what I'm doing. But yeah, like, being a streamer is not just turn on your camera and turn on OBS and then profit. It's not. That's fucking stupid. It's some bullshit that gets pushed by people who are trying to sell you something. And it sets up people for, like, self-confidence issues. Jokes are fighting. Oh, that's gore on my sweet streamer. But yeah, it sets up people for self-confidence issues, especially fucking young people. Especially the kids. Because we are now living a day and age where, like, the streamer to the youth now is like what TV movie stars were to people for decades. You know what I mean? Like, streamers now have the most optics for young people. The dude on Twitch that's putting rocks in his nose for 1,000 subs is got more optics now than whoever's in the latest Disney Plus exclusive. So to have a whole industry of people who are saying like, oh yeah, anyone can do this. You could do this. All it takes, buy my bullshit and you can do this. And then they buy their bullshit, turn on their stream, nobody shows up and they're like, oh, nobody likes me. Nobody thinks I'm interesting. Nobody thinks I'm good enough to come look at me. Because they don't know what the fuck the whole point was. They got tricked into thinking what the deal was on that. And now they think they suck because nobody showed up to their stream. Nobody showed up to the stream because nobody knew that they were doing it. Nobody showed up to the stream because they weren't doing anything entertaining. It's not a personal thing. They just weren't doing anything. But I don't remember what my point was. Whatever my point was, here's my point. Anyway, long story short, I appreciate everybody who watches my streams. And that's awesome. You guys plus my stream equals awesome. And my ability to entertain. Well, thank God somebody feels that way. And that's the thing too, is like, oh, well, hello. That's something else too, is like, does this rust count as some shit that I gotta get off? Aw, oh, damn it, it does. Even with like the consistency that I have and the past that I have and the things that I've done and continue to do, I am not immune to like judging myself and assuming the worst of myself and my performances and etc, etc, etc. And part of that is just like, you know, ultimately Twitch is a numbers game. If you're wanting to earn a living paycheck doing streaming, what's that cat? There's a cat somewhere, I don't know. But if you want to like earn a living being a streamer, like you gotta look at numbers whether you like it or not. And the worst thing about numbers is numbers don't tell the whole story. They tell part of a story. They don't tell the whole thing. So if you're just seeing numbers, that little bit of the story that it's telling you can be a really depressing story sometimes. Like if I opened up fucking, I don't know, fucking Clown Simulator 2007 and I don't know, it's a busy day, there's other people on that people want to see, or it's like a midweek and people can't really make it out, or whatever, what other circumstance there is, and the numbers are like, you know, oh, there's only like 20 people that showed up today. That's gonna hurt if you're just seeing the numbers. There's greater circumstances outside of that that explain why, you know, not so many people showed up that day. But when your story that you're being told is just numbers, it's like, oh, nobody showed up today? I guess I suck now. I guess I fell off. Nobody likes me. That's just gonna happen. It happens to everybody. It happens to anybody that's a streamer for income. It happens to them. From top to bottom. They have a stream that had bad numbers, they're gonna feel bad. Guaranteed. And that's why I don't look at the numbers anymore. I don't want to know that part of the story. I don't need to know that part of the story. I'm going to judge how I did on any given day by how engaged and entertained the people in the chat are. The numbers aren't very good at telling stories. Like, did I get the less than an ideal amount of people that showed up today? I don't know. All I care was that I was talking to people in the chat the whole time. And if I'm talking to people in the chat the whole time, and I'm not asking a question and go 5 minutes without an answer, things were probably good that day. And that's the healthier mentality to have. Hmm. Oh no, this looks like it's gonna take forever. Yep. That was at least a 7. I shouldn't do that. I really shouldn't belch. He does it all the time. Yeah, that's true, but I think it was yesterday I was looking at the comments. Backtrack really hard. I was looking at the comments for the real-time fandom, the last one we did, number 4. And it's like 99.9%, you know, just people saying nice things or things that they liked or quoting or whatever, what have you. But one dude was like, oh, all that belching from that eel, that's it. I can't watch this. It's like, holy shit, all it took was for a belching eel and you can't watch the entire video? And it's easy to be like, wow, dude, grow up, get over it. It's just a burp. But on the other hand, there are some people who are legitimately like incredibly fucking sickened by hearing that. Like, it's to them, it's no different than hearing somebody just straight up fucking bark. It's like, okay, man, you know what? I do still think it's silly that like couple times it happens was enough to destroy the entire video for you. But all right, I hear you, man. Yeah, mute and watch with subtitles for a little bit. I do feel bad for somebody where something as simple as a belch is all it takes to just, like, destroy their whole day. Oh, I forgot to check something. That's a fake cactus, fella. There's a fucking battery plugged into it. I'm gonna erase all this dirt. Record time. Speed run. Well, that thought ended. Now I feel empty inside. Somebody said that they're impressed by how entertaining I am consistently. That's appreciated. Oh yeah, that's why I was like, oh yeah, and I'm not immune to like questioning myself. Yeah. I do appreciate it, though. You ever know how hard this streaming shit is until you try playing games for others? Yeah. The other the other hard thing is specifically solo streaming. It is so much easier, maybe not easier. It's less stressful to do a stream where there's other people, like you're doing something with friends, because each person that's there takes a load off of you. For every person that's there, that's just that much less that you have to worry about staying to keep up engagement, keep there from being dead air, and have somebody being entertained, and da-da-da-da-da. And that's why I'm pretty sure that's why RTVS as a whole works really well, is because each one of us is pretty entertaining on their own. But when you get us together in one place, it's just nonstop something to laugh at the whole. We got jokes. It is facing the right. Yeah, Mr. Rehab is insane. Thank God for YouTube poop. You get a bunch of people together who became friends through a mutual bond of something that's funny. They're probably gonna be funny. You know, I just thought of something. It's really funny how many things in my life are just like the things that I enjoyed when I was like between 13 and 17 ended up just being the things that formed shaped the rest of my fucking life. Like, I can look over to the thing on my wall that's like, oh yeah, Tiltify top fundraiser. You've got a pin for like $10,000 lifetime charity raised. That's $10,000 that went to charity that I raised. That's because I played Gary's mod and watched YouTube poop. I love to think about the dominoes. I love thinking about the dominoes. There are lives that have been enhanced because I played Gary's mod and watched YouTube. And all it takes is a trade-off for me not being able to not think about CDI quotes at any given moment. I'll take a little bit of brain damage if it means that. I can live with that. Just brain damage. Save me. Surely I must have some form of echolalia or something. I don't know. Is it a me thing or is it a general ADHD thing? I don't know. Am I weird or is it just this brain disease I have? Man, the more I think about it, there's just like a million things that if I didn't do it growing up, I wouldn't be where I am. But I guess that probably goes for a lot of people, right? As I'm not really special for that. Oh no! Yeah, Das Life, baby. But it's funny though, right? Like, your future can be formed by just like the bullshit you did when you were a kid. Come on, I saw that it was placeable somewhere here. Fucking let me put it down. Fuck. There. That's concrete. Can't do it. I am the person that I am because I watched YouTube Poop. I played Gary's mod in TF2. I watched Whose Line Is It Anyway? I liked to imitate the voices I heard in my cartoon shows. I sat and fell asleep listening or what I fell asleep to episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged growing up. And I would practice the things I heard in that because I was impressed that one person could do that, and it's like maybe I could do that too. Fucking lo and behold, that's that little Karibo again. But yeah. Funny to think about. Funny to connect the threads. It's funny to connect the threads on like people that I've met too. It's really cliche to be like, oh, it's a small world. But it does consistently shock me how often there'll be like somebody that's I find entertaining or funny or I know does cool things. And then at some point or another, a through line just gets formed because of what we're doing. And they're like, oh yeah, no, I really liked you guys' stuff, and we connect because we liked each other's stuff, and it's like, what the fuck? How did these threads get formed? Waterboard. Like, do you know how funny it is to be like, all right, here's an example. Fucking, oh my god, I'm so bad. I'm so bad with names. I'm drawing a blank. Fuck, hold on. Let me tab out of the game. Wait, hold on. I have to get this name. They're a great person, but I'm so fucking bad with names. Nothing personal. I'm so bad with names. There it is. Amy Amazonian. They're a great Magic Gathering player. They stream a lot. They were at PAX East this year on stage, main stage, doing something for them. Like some little competition that they were doing. They knew of me through TF2. Just from playing TF2. And then you fast forward years later and it's like, oh, now we know each other via streaming. It's like these fucking threads, they're just like you not even know they're there, but once a connection is made, you just like they light up and then you follow them back and you're like, how the fuck did this go so far? How can I follow this all the way back to here? There's like multiple people who are like, oh yeah, I know you from like, I watched like a YouTube video you did like in 2009. It's like, I fucking barely had anybody watching me on YouTube, so to hear that is fucking insane. Now the Moonbase Alpha thing doesn't count. That's like, that became like a bona fide full-scale meme. I get it. I understand why somebody can make the through line on that. That's fair. And I'm like the only person that will address it at this point, so I get a lot of the, oh shit, you're from like that. Like Scorpy was in it, but his name in it was like Horatio, and you only see Scorpy at the end when Mott gives him his credit. But because I just never change my name, I'm me. I'm more forward facing on it. But I get why that connection's there. But there's so many people that's like, oh yeah, I watched a YouTube video you did in like 2009. I would sometimes see you on this TF2 server or, you know, some shit like that. And it's like, what the fuck? You do something awesome and you just happen to know me from this other thing and now we've made this connection. It's like, what the fuck, dude? Or like getting to know Gianni and befriending Gianni. It's like, oh yeah, you did XYZ and I did ZYX and now we fucking are just like
Many
tight.
months.
I love it. I love being able to trace the threads. Every day, every time we do something new and cool, or we have to make these connections, I love to be able to follow them back and see where they go and where they formed and all that shit. Or me being Nick called Horatio is funny to you? It's because of how much of a Mega 64 fan he was. That's a fun one too, is the slowly forming bond between us and Mega 64. To the point that I'm able to, like, every time Scorpy does one of his panels, I just, like, after the panel I can go up to their booth and be like, hey, I know you weren't able to go see it because you're running this booth. Scorpy's panel was awesome. I'm like, oh, that's good to hear. I can't wait to go see the VOD of it. Like, these are the dudes that a lot of my friends looked up to growing up, and now they're like, oh yeah, I can't wait to go see what you guys were doing. Just fun. It's just fun to see these things as they evolve. Mega 64 connect to RTVS and the Aquabats, which both go to Homestar Runner. Holy crap! That was all the way to Homestar Runner. PAX in general leads to fun opportunities. PAX actually has led to some incredible encounters and opportunities. I can always be thankful to PAX for that much at the very least. It has been great to, like, connect with some really cool people. Both other people in the space of, like, the things we do, and also just really cool community members. Fuck, I need another drink. Fuck, sorry. I've been talking pretty nonstop for like 2 hours straight. It's starting to fuck my throat up. But, yeah. I do really enjoy PAX. It's a little stressful. But, it does end up usually being pretty worth it to meet a lot of these people. Like I said, both people who are doing the kind of things that we're doing, and also just some really... And PAX is also the thing that is a great morale booster. Because it's one thing when I'm sitting here and I'm shooting the shit with you guys, or getting replies on Twitter or whatever, or comments on video uploads or whatever. But when we do like the mini meetups or whatever, and we see like there's just all these people lined up and they have all these great things to say about us and what we've meant and what we've done and all that. It's like, damn, yeah. What we're doing is well worth it, huh? Like we are doing a good job. Why was I not using the fucking paint the whole time? Or, oh, either. On RTVS from your partner showing you HLVR 2 years ago. I love how many people have found us through HLVR. Not specifically for, like, any particular performance, but I just love how consistent it's been. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, HLVR was just... We were fucking around in Gmod. We were fucking around in Gmod. People really liked it, so we fucked around in Gmod some more. Took it slightly more seriously. And... it's loved it, and there is like a small percentage of me that's like, I don't know why so many people love this so much, but I also am able to acknowledge, you know, we were funny as fuck. We were funny. We had a great idea, and we executed it very well, and I'm really glad so many people have been entertained by it. And I can't wait for the day when we do that again. Like, I actually genuinely cannot wait until we do that. You ignored HLVR for a while. Kind of viral tweet. The Paul Martin VHS viewings. That's funny. Those were some classic shit. That just reminded me of another. I don't know, man. We've met so many cool people because we fucked around in Gmod one time. And that just tickles me no end. Prop surfing. Prop surfing. Gnome surfing. Anyway. Enough gnome surfing for the day. Yeah, that's the thing, is it kind of feeds back into what I was talking about earlier of like HLVR wasn't successful just because of luck or anything, but also because we did it out of the pure enjoyment of it. We did it purely because it was fun and entertaining to do. And when you do something with purity like that, people feel it. It has an energy to it. People can feel the genuine enjoyment and the genuine just vibe, a part of it, and they like it. People love when someone's genuine about something. Because it's one thing if we wanted to put on a show and we just did it because we knew people would look at a certain thing. It would be kind of cynical because you're only doing it because people will look. But when you do it because you just want to do it, that's where the magic lies. There was something that I did that I love. It's kind of an echo. I feel like this is probably all stuff I've talked about before, but fuck you, I'm talking about it again. Something that I did like so many fucking years ago. It ended up just kind of being like an echo of what HLVR would end up being. Was two things. There was one thing, and God, it's fucking embarrassing. There was one thing I did. There was a couple sets of videos. They're like destroyed now. They're gone. They're long gone. Because they were fucking terrible. There's a series that I called Anybody Can Be Famous. Fuck, that sucks to say out loud. I was a fucking teenager. Kill him! Kill him! Nice shot. Nice shot. Anyway, what it was I really liked I liked G-Man Squad. I thought G-Man Squad was the funniest shit. I loved the idea of like fucking around with my friends and doing some fun little series like that. I desperately wanted to do something like that. And I managed to convince a few friends to do something that I called that. And it was essentially a ripoff. Which, you know, that's just what kids do. They see a thing that they like and they just copy it. Go figure. You know, years later, that's just what we ended up seeing with HLVR. It was like within the month, there were kids that were doing their own version of it. But it was just my shit ass fucking attempt to do something like that, because I was like, because part of me at that time was like, well, what are they doing that I can't do? Anybody could do this. I'm gonna do this. Anybody can be famous, and I did that. And it didn't work. I didn't, because one, I was not entertaining. I wasn't funny, pure and simple. But two, because I did it for the wrong reason. But the other thing that I did that ended up being an echo of HLVR was I tried to do another like Half-Life based thing in Gmod. What did I call it? It was called like Back in Black Mesa or something, and it was like following some characters immediately after the cascade, and it had no fucking, I didn't know what I was doing. It had no direction. I was just kind of winging it, and it wasn't entertaining, and I think that's also gone. But the funny thing about it is I had Holly playing a scientist. Boy, that sure was a great casting idea. No, that's not an oof. That's a W. That's not a L. That's a W. Because I knew then and there too, just as well as anyone else, that Holly's scientist impression was fucking fun. Sparkling clean, man. Yeah. I had made a couple attempts to do a Half-Life based Gmod series thing. And I'm not in charge of it, but HLVR ended up being that. There is a big fat chunk of my soul in HLVR. I don't talk about it much anymore. I don't talk about HLVR much anymore. And it's not because of, like, I don't, like, feel badly about it or anything. It's just, like... It's like I was saying earlier, where it's like people, viewers and fans and shit, think and watch that a lot more, think about it and watch that shit a lot more than I do. The last time we did, like, that on-stream rewatch of HLVR was, like, the last time I had one of those videos open. Yeah, by the way, and that does frustrate me, we didn't fucking finish. We were supposed to finish it, we didn't fucking finish it. So, you know, sorry about that. Or they're doing a second one. Sick. But yeah, no, yeah, you're right. Basically, my childhood dream did come true. To an extent, yes. It definitely did. And if nothing else, I can always be grateful for that. Because not a lot of people get to be able to say that. Be like, oh yeah, this thing that I really, really wanted to do as a kid. Oh, I got it. I got to do it. And it was great, and I felt great, and everybody loved it, and I was happy. Breaking Bad returned from the war. I don't think he's coming back. I think he broke. It was bad. Breaking Bad didn't so much have any of my soul in it. It had my ideas and thoughts and my thoughts and prayers. But it didn't have my soul in it. That was more Wayne. That was more Wayne than it was anything else. Breaking Bad was like our last opportunity to use anything AI and have it still come out as entertaining and not just frustrating. I think people can be okay with the singular Chuck line. You know what's funny? Is when people started really being a lot more vocal about hating AI slop, which they are right to do, because it has gotten fucking disgusting. People were finding HLVR, and because back then there were people who were like, how do I download this mod? I want those AI. Because there were people who were that gullible and didn't know that it was just people. Now instead of being like, oh, I want this mod, there were people that were going into the comments of HLVR and be like, ugh, more AI slop. My guy. My dude. You are not really capable of critical thinking, are you? I can't even be mad. It's just funny how stupid they are. Like, I get the sentimentality, but use some fucking critical thinking, man. Misdirected shots are not good for your cause. AI detectives are just as stupid as AI chuds 9 times out of 10. Anybody that's going like way too hard on anything is gonna be an annoying asshole. It's like and I'm absolutely not going to get into it at all. But it is the same in, like, political discussions where you can be a stupid, annoying asshole on either side of the aisle. It's like being on Blue Sky. Blue Sky and Twitter both have really stupid, fucking annoying people. They're just on 2 different ends of the spectrum. On Twitter, I have somebody calling me a racist slur, but on Blue Sky, I have somebody yelling at me for being angry at anything but the President of the United States. I posted something on Blue Sky one time where I was bitching about scalpers, because fuck scalpers. And because Blue Sky has like a lot of just like anything that you post on there that's not hyper specific, that message is gonna get served to everybody. Like, they don't have to be anywhere close to your circle of what you're posting. Everyone's gonna see it. So somebody saw my post where I was complaining about scalpers and was like, really? This is what upsets you? We have some orange jerk is taking over our country, and this is what you're complaining about? Get real. It's like, bro. Bro, you need to fucking, you need to reevaluate your life, man. You gotta refocus your energy, man. There's a Cheeto in the White House and you're angry about anything else? Yes, because my life has more than one thing in it. But that's where I'll end that discussion before it goes out of hand. It's so funny that some people just like, you're not angry about the thing I'm angry about? Fuck you. It's like, wow. There are a lot of people in this world with a lot of thoughts. Sometimes they don't share them with you. Sorry to tell you that. Sorry to break the news. Add the For You page on Blue Sky. Yeah, I'll be real. I do not browse Blue Sky. I'll go on Blue Sky and read the posts from the people that I've followed on there. I literally do not browse it. Mostly, it partly stems from, like, when I first started using it, and I was trying to use its, like, Discover feature, which I'm now fully aware is absolutely useless. All it wanted to serve me was people bitching about the administration and, like, naked, hairy men. That was it. That was all it would serve. I was like, why is this what it wants me to see? Why is this what it thinks I want to see? And then, like, when more people were getting on there, I saw more people also saying the same thing. They're like, why is Blue Sky just full of people complaining about politics and hairy, naked men? I was like, oh, it's everybody, not just me. It's like, thank God. I thought there was something I didn't know about myself. Fuck you! What a fucking cop-out. You should let me get hit by a fucking cement truck. What was I talking about? Huh? What was I saying? I'm trying my best to not browse social media so much in general anyway. People are depressing. Because the world sucks, and people don't realize that constantly talking about how much the world sucks makes it suck a little bit more. Or is that when you remind somebody that things suck, they stop being happy? But if you kind of just like take your mind things off of it for a while, you don't feel so bad. If I was not a streamer, I guarantee you I would not be on any social media whatsoever. And I'd say that with zero hyperbole. I say that 100% confidence. I genuinely would not be using any of it. I am only on it. No, Discord's not social media. Social media is a place where you can just like do instant posts served to like an unlimited number of strangers, and that is the whole focus of it. So your Twitters, your Blue Skies, your Reds, I guess, is still a thing. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts. I would not be on any of that shit. 100%. I was barely using Twitter before I started streaming, and it took me a while to even actively start using it, and it's just because I need to be able to communicate with community and connect with people who have similar interests and do similar things. Yeah, it's a business. It's a business thing. Yeah, I'll talk about myself on a personal level on there. Sure, yeah, whatever. It's business. I'm on there because of business. I fucking do not like social media. And I don't mean that in like an old man way of like, I hate social media. Like this. It's just, it's shit. It's depressing and it's only gotten worse. Humanity was not ready to have social media. We were not ready to spread these kinds of thoughts this easily. We were not emotionally mature enough as a species to have social media. We gave an 8-year-old a gun. Humanity developing social media when it did was giving an 8-year-old a gun. Old enough to know how to use it, but not old enough to know how to use it right. Truth nuke. Oh yeah, I'm saying it. Fine had it best. I feel like more and more people these days are lamenting the loss, or at least major degradation of the forum format. And I feel it. It is, I do kind of miss just having a place where shit was just gonna sit and you could go back to it whenever and you weren't obligated to like respond immediately. You weren't obligated to be seen by everybody on Earth, just a small subset. And it didn't have to be like all centralized in a single place. But I also can admit that that might just be like because that's what I grew up with. I don't want to be an old man shouting at clouds. Is shit clean yet? Not a crazy cult made you wish you had used forums as a kid? Yeah, missed out. Yeah, I think the format of forums is going to slowly start to creep back. If for no other reason than like the fact that younger generations always will find something that a generation or two before them did and start doing it too, just because it's different. We're gonna get a generation that grows up and it's like, oh, everybody does this social media type shit. What if we just had a place where you just like, you put something and that was it? And then, maybe some people found it. It wasn't all in one place. Everybody got their own kind of website where they could do one specific thing. They're gonna rediscover it. Like, mark my words, kids are gonna rediscover the idea of a forum, and it's gonna come back. And then the cycle will repeat, and somebody will try to commodify it, and somebody will try to centralize it, and be like, well, this idea was awesome, but what if we put it all in one place and harvested all your data? Because that's just how the fucking world works. Is everything's a fucking circle. And as soon as somebody thinks they can make a buck off of it, it's gonna get ruined. Sorry to sound cynical, but it is what it be what it do. Forgot the fucking button. Never take what you got for granted. Personal websites kind of have come back. People use to learn HTML. Well, that's also because there are websites that have made it so you don't need to. They've got a lot of shit that just kind of like folds all that into like a UI that you can work with instead. And to be fair, as somebody that had like HTML classes in high school, it's not hard, but it is annoying enough that if I didn't have to do it, I wouldn't. If there's tools to make you skip that step, then fuck it. I get it. I get why you wouldn't want to do that. Back in my day, when I was learning that shit in high school, we had fucking Dreamweaver. We had Adobe Dreamweaver. And I was like, wow, this shit is fucking magic. I can make these web pages without having to fuck around with HTML. This should just be the standard. Guess what became the standard? Not that software specifically, but that kind of format. Because it turns out if you don't have to do something the hard way, people typically won't. Yeah, the CSS is the super annoying part of web building. I never did really fully learn CSS. I only got like the barest fucking knowledge of it. Knowing how to make a website ended up not really being super critical for me. So I didn't feel too much of a need to go and learn. I tried. God knows I tried, but fuck it. You learned Python once? Boring, and the teacher. I think it's because of the teacher. I'll be real. I've tried learning Python like 4 times, and every time I've given up because it is incredibly fucking boring. But that's also just me. I think it's the ADHD. I think I just cannot fucking get myself to focus on it. I want to learn Lua. I do so much shit with Gmod, and Lua can get inserted into so many things. It's not the most versatile thing to learn, but in what I do, it would be fucking useful. Fucking learn the fucking... You've been doing this shit for like 2.5 hours. How do you not know the buttons? Someone said... hold on. Someone said something about Blender. I gotta scroll back. You with learning Blender. Yeah, anytime I've learned any sort of like specific software, it's entirely been through just fucking around with it. I think I've also talked about that on stream too. Where the easiest way to learn things is to just fuck around and find out. Some people are built where if they are given a tutorial, they're set for life. Other people are like, if this is not very specifically interesting to me, it might as well not exist. I'm the latter. If I don't have a personal investment in what I'm doing, I'm probably going to stop giving a shit. So. I've learned basic Blender. I'm not like an expert at it by any stretch, but I've learned the basics of Blender entirely through just doing things that I like and just screwing around with it, fucking around, making a thing, modifying a thing. At most, you search up how to do a very specific step while you're trying to fuck around, but you collect that knowledge like bit by bit rather than trying to follow along with a tutorial. Yeah, I've definitely talked about this because I remember saying that too. The easiest way to learn. Yeah, it was when I did the self-help, like the life advice stream. Learning by just doing things bit by bit while screwing around with something that you have personal investment in is way easier. Because you don't even think about it. You learn by accident. You do it. That's how children learn. That's how children learn to walk and talk and all that. Is just by is by play, right? They say children learn best by play. And it's true. And it can work into adulthood. Do something entertaining to you. Do something that's satisfies a specific interest to you. And it makes it way easier to learn. Because if you're already baseline interested, you don't have to worry about it holding your interest long enough to figure certain concepts out. I have to be hands-on with shit. I cannot conceptualize things. I have to be hands-on. And that, again, I know for a fact is 100% ADHD. My brain's not built for concepts. I need things to be fucking real. That's why I'm terrible with math. That's why I was terrible with math, but good with discrete math. When it stopped being about vague numbers and was about the logic of things, that's when I was like, oh, now see, this makes sense. You show me algebra, my brain shut down, but then you show me a matrix and you ask me how I get from point A to point B with this subset of whatever the fuck, I'm like, oh, yeah, see, that makes sense. To this day, I shit you not, I can't fucking do algebra. Like, if you sat me down with, like, a calculator, I could probably do just fine. But if you handed me, like, somebody's algebra homework, even disregarding how algebra is just, like, done differently in schools now, I'd be helpless. It'd be over for me. Dude, use the soap. I can't fucking do algebra. The moment that when I was in school, when they introduced letters to my numbers, I was done. I was cooked. The only reason I graduated high school was because my very last math class was like the dipshit class for, we're going to teach you exactly what you need just to pass your standardized testing and graduate. And nothing more. Everything else, I'm fine. I can learn like anything else just fine. Science concepts, English, whatever. History, fine, cool. You fucking put some numbers in front of me, my goddamn brain shuts down. Fucking, you know the buttons. How are you forgetting? It's been 2.5 hours. Pass your high school graduation test for math by 1 point. Yeah, I think I got like a D. Like, I was barely passable. My circumstances were kind of different though, because I like the school I graduated from, I had only been there for like 4 or 5 months. I had like just moved to Vegas. I almost got screwed out of graduating purely because of the fucking history test. Because the dickhead running that fucking class, his final test was based on you having had taken notes the entire year. Here's my poor ass showing up the last fucking like 4 months. No chance of ever fucking passing that test because I didn't have notes because I wasn't fucking there. Why would you make a test that relies on somebody having been there the whole fucking year? when there's the possibility of somebody showing up, like, towards the end of the fucking year. That was stupid. I hated it. Fuck that guy. Fuck his class. Fuck his stupid teaching method. Thank God I graduated from a school in Nevada where they had some of the lowest standards in the country. Saved my ass. Oh, you know what else helped me graduate was spite. Once again, I'm pretty sure I'm repeating myself. I, like, guarantee this is a story I've told before. But I'll tell it once again. Because it's my stream and I'll do what I want. There was a counselor at that school that when I first got there, they were like, oh, he's been out of school for longer than, like, so many weeks. He can't come to this school. He has to go get a GED instead. And we're like, what the fuck? Are you serious? That's fucked. So we go to the place where the GEDs were done and talk to a guy there about, like, getting me set up. And he's like, what the fuck was she talking about? You're certain... That would be if you were in the school system already and then stopped showing up. You're moving here from fucking overseas. That doesn't apply to you. So we go back. He's like, you don't have to be here. You're good. Just go back and tell them that, and that you can even have them call me, and I'll fucking clear it up for you if I have to. Shouts out to that dude. But we go back and we explain that. And she is, like, very visibly, like, annoyed for having been, like, corrected or proven wrong or something, made to look stupid. So she treats me like a fucking idiot the whole time. So when she's doing, like, the class placement for me, she puts me in fucking, like, remedial classes for everything. Regardless of what my scores were, regardless of how I did before, I got all remedial classes. She treated me like a fucking moron. And she was, like, asking what kind of degree I was aiming for, because there was, like, there's, like, a basic degree, or there's the degree with, like, what is it, honors or whatever. And she's like, you probably should just shoot for the basic one. I was like, well, first off, yeah, I am. But second of all, fuck you for just assuming that. So that entire time I was there, I did my damnedest to make her look like an asshole. I was like, I'm going to just blow every one of these fucking classes I'm in away and make you look like the dickhead. And some might be like, well, maybe she did that so you would feel that way. Well, if that was the case, that's still bullshit because that made me feel bad. Second of all, I don't think so. I think she was just a stupid asshole. Stop. But yeah, no, I was so full of spite that whole time. I was like, I'm gonna fucking just hammer every one of these classes to the best of my ability so she looks like a fucking dick. That lady sucked. I was also by that point so sick of being in school that when I did graduate, I was like, now, first off, I was relieved. I was like, oh, thank God I graduated. I don't ever have to do this shit again. But beyond that, like, you know, I got the gown, I got the cap, I went to the ceremony and got the diploma given to me and everything, and went through all the rigmarole, and I felt nothing. The only thing I felt was like, oh, cool, I don't ever have to fucking go back to school again. That's awesome. And, like, I had family that was like, don't you feel just such a great sense of accomplishment? This is such a big thing. And I was like, no, I don't care. I'm just glad I don't have to put up with that shit anymore. It's like a wet fart. Some people, sure, some people do feel that just, like, pride and accomplishment in having graduated. Not me. I was just like, oh, good. It's over. Thank God. I've felt significantly more pride in the things I've done as, like, a streamer than I did, like, graduating high school. People put too much stock in like in how you perform in school. I don't think it's a perfect metric for people treat it like a metric for the kind of person you are. Like, you're a good person because you did XYZ and performed so at a certain level in school. And I think that sets up a lot of people for failure because it's not a, especially particularly in America, is a fucking terrible metric for the kind of person somebody is, for their capacity or what they can and can't do, or what they should or shouldn't do, or what kind of person they are. There's like next to no standardization. Some of the standardization that is there is different between counties or states or the country as a whole. There's no consistency. It differs based on economic fucking circumstances. So they treat poor people like they're dipshits and don't even try to help them, and they just lower the bar rather than trying to improve education. And a lot of people end up growing up thinking how they did in school is how good or bad of a person they are. To the point where there are people who are like, oh, I didn't graduate, I must suck. Like, no. No. You just didn't get a piece of paper that said you took the time to do their stupid ass tests. Yeah, I know it. I've always hated how much shit was like, tests. These tests. Your future's determined by this test. Get fucked. I can keep learning my entire life. I don't need to perform to a certain level on your stupid ass test that might not even cover things to an appropriate degree and have my future determined by it. That's bullshit. Fuck you. I found way more satisfaction in learning about things after school because there wasn't like a pressure to like know enough for a test and you have to finish a test. I was able to just learn a thing because I thought it was interesting. I was able to just learn a thing because it was useful to me. School doesn't try to teach you because it's helpful life skills more often than not after a certain grade. I think once you get out of middle school, high school, I swear to God, is just... You have to learn these things because after a while, the whole fucking system's just been bastardized to have a certain score that we can show fucking the board of education and get more funding that can help pay for my vacations. I sound like a conspiracy theorist. But, I mean, it's not a controversial opinion to say that America's school system is fucking terrible. Why was I talking about this? I don't know. Who cares? Whatever. I'm sure, like, Balt talks about way heavier topics. I don't give a fuck. I can gripe about the school system for a minute. When did I graduate? It was 2012. How long was 2012? 13 years ago? I haven't had to think about being in school for 13 years, and this shit still bugs me. I guess partly I say it for like the few people who are, I say few, but I think the longer I go, the younger my audience will. For the people who are still in that situation where it's like, don't do your best, but don't place any personal value on how you do. Don't think that your value as a person is tied to how you do in fucking high school. High school's a fucking joke. Take the time to learn. Don't like fuck around for the sake of fucking around, but don't think that your performance is it reflects the kind of if you're a good or a bad person, or if you're smart or a stupid person, because terrible fucking metric for that. Oops, wrong. There we go. Need some schmutz. Oh, there it is. There's all that crap. Yeah, there we go. 4 point. What's a 4.0 George? Oh my god. You just reminded me though, is I felt so fucking bad for the kids who were like, if they didn't get a certain like GPA, they felt like their life was over. I felt so bad. I knew a kid in high school that like, she got a B on her test and she cried. Because she was like trained to expect better of herself. It's like, why the fuck would you put so much pressure on a fucking child? And that wasn't like a school system thing. That was like that poor kid's parents were like putting that pressure on her. Even in that situation at that age in high school, I was like, I feel bad for you. I feel bad that this is your reaction. It's hard enough to fucking do these things at this age, let alone have somebody put a expectation for how you perform. My expectation I had on me was don't fail. I was like, gotcha, chief.
Hey, you!
MasterGir Santa Dance.
That was you, and you're trying. It took a while to unlearn it. Yeah. See, that's the thing, is it like scarred some people. Oh, I didn't get an A on my tests. I didn't get a 4.0 GPA. I only had a 3.6. Now my life is terrible and I have bad self-esteem. If only somebody told you that it was fine and you could just figure it out later. Hold on. I gotta deal with the dog. Hold on. Alright, anyway. Yeah. I don't know why so many streams where my only goal is to like talk to the chat ends up being like a self-help session. I just don't like it when people's lives are made to suck for no reason. Or when I don't like it, or when somebody's life is made to suck because somebody else's life sucks, so everybody else's has to as well. Because, like, and especially when you're a child, you don't know that, like, that doesn't have to be the case. There's a lot of people who went through some nasty, bad shit growing up, and now they've got something wrong with their lives because of it. Because of some failure of a person in their life, or multiple people in their life. It's painful how many people have problems in their life because the people around them failed them. There's not a lot that typically will get asked of you in life. So to let that happen is just like, come on, man. Come on, man. Especially sucks when somebody gets to adulthood and they still can't get that kind of help. Or they've gone through something and somebody treats them like they were the issue, or they were at fault, or they should have done something about it. When it's like, if they could have, they would have. Or if they had the tools, they would have. There's a lot of shit where people just didn't have the tools, therefore they couldn't do something. People are asked, well, why didn't you just do X, Y, or Z? It's like, because I couldn't. I wasn't given that chance. I wasn't given the opportunity to do that. Or I had no idea that that was even an option because I was never shown that it was an option. Getting close to home? See? Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that have gone through it. It's an insane amount of people who've gone through that kind of thing. It's even harder way to get that help in adult. You feel trained to cope. You feel. See, that's the other thing too, is when you get to. This is changing a little bit as time goes on. Thank God. It still has a long way to go, but it is changing. Because I mean, even in the fucking 90s, this was like unthinkable. The amount of like mental health help we have these days. But there's still this pervasive culture of like. If something sucks, deal with it. You put up with it, and that's it. Like, sure, there's a degree of like, just tough it out, right? Not everything needs you to like throw up your hands. But there's also a lot of shit where it's like, just put up with it does not cut it, man. Just put up with it is the answer you give to somebody that, you know, having like a rough day and they dumped their drink. Not somebody that's like been abused or something. Like, oh, you're sad, put up with it. The fuck are you talking about? That doesn't work that way. Yeah, let me just forget everything that's ever happened to me and be okay with it. And it's very much a like Gen X boomer kind of mentality of like where they were taught it, so everybody else has to know it. And if you have feelings, you're a little bitch and you're doomed, and you're the whole species is fucked because you felt emotions. Like, fuck off. You could take the time to help somebody instead of just telling them that they suck because they feel bad. And that's what you're choosing. That's how you're choosing to. How you're choosing to use your time in this world. Is to tell somebody that your life sucks, so theirs has to suck too. No, your life sucked, and I'm sorry that it sucked. But why don't you help somebody else's life not suck so they don't have to deal with that? Instead of saying you should feel my pain, you should say I don't want you to feel my pain and make it better. Doesn't that sound nice? Doesn't that sound like the more human thing to do? It makes no sense to be like, oh, my life was miserable, so yours should too. No. I think you should strive to make everybody's life not miserable. Maybe that would be the wiser fucking thing to do. Okay, is that just reflection? Okay, that's just reflect. Yeah, and it does manifest as a lot of like a generational trauma thing. And I do appreciate older generations that do reject that kind of mentality. It's not a guaranteed thing for people of those generations, but it is horribly pervasive. It's like 4 out of 5. It's like it's rare for you to meet somebody of those generations where they're like, yeah, no, my life sucked. I would love for yours to not. Is bench clean? Oh, what the fuck? Oh, there we go. Gonna have a lot of little nooks and crannies. It's like, like with the student loan debt thing, when it was getting floated that was gonna get canceled for a lot of people. There was a lot of that older generation that was like, oh, I had to live with debt, so everybody else does too. It's like, no. You're just mad that somebody else doesn't have to put up with it, and you can't. You're just mad because you're angry and you just can't help letting somebody else not have to deal with that shit. That's like the biggest example I can think of that recently, where it's just like a whole generation was like, nah, I don't want you to have help because I didn't have it. Like, how about instead of that, you go, yeah, I want you to have the help that I never had. How about feeling selfless instead of being so self-centered like a dick? I would much rather do something to make somebody not have to put up with bullshit than say, I had to do it, so you have to do it. If I had to walk through the mud to get to the other side of the road, I'd go, damn, that sucked. And then I see somebody else is like about to do the same thing. I go, hey, you know, while I was doing that, I saw a way easier way to do this. You should do that instead of what I did. I wouldn't go, hey, quit looking for an easier way across there. This sucks and I hated it, so you have to do this too. No, what? The fuck are you talking about? Are you stupid? I'm not doing that. Why would I do that? Why would you want me to do that? Are you fucking high? Your mom's heavy in student debt loans, somehow still against him, despite the fact that she qualified to be canceled. See, that's like a generational thing where there was I think especially Gen X was burdened with this, the burden of like, do not accept help. accepting help is a weakness and you're a bad person for it. No. There's literally nothing wrong with accepting help. Help would not be offered if you didn't deserve it. That seems like a very obvious thing. We would not have the concept of help if it was something you shouldn't do. Pretty sure there was a guy a long time ago that had a book written about the things he did, and one of the things in there was to help one another. People talk about that book a lot, but it seems like they don't really know what's in it. It's really weird. But that's a conversation I shan't get into. Yeah. Incoming! Oh, hey, Bulb. I hope you got a #1 victory royale, even though I wasn't there to help you. I lost my fucking crown that I got from last night trying to help you. Hope it worked out. Anyway, hi everybody that just raided. I'm having deep talk time. I'm doing accidental self-help hours. Didn't mean to, but when you play a game like this, you tend to just talk about whatever the fuck. And my whatever the fuck brain manifests in wanting people to be happy, I guess. Fuck me. Whoa, whoa. Cleaning walls and brains. Yeah, there you go. That's a good way to put it. Not the funniest stream, but it is something that you might want to hear. I don't think I've been very funny today. That's okay. I don't have to be funny. I just have to be something that you want to hear. That's okay. Tell a joke? Your mama. Fuck you. Got him! Oh. I need to turn on the scene. From Homer Simpson to Homer Odyssey.
How are you doing, everybody? Here will be teaching all about the world around you. For one, don't worry, be happy.
My fucking throat is destroyed from talking so long. Oh. Holy shit. I'm turning into the old guy from Rugrats. Like the old great grandfather.
One from the old country.
Anyway, that was that thought. I completely lost my train of thought.
Borscht. We have to eat more borscht. Don't ruin my borscht before Hanukkah.
Yeah, yeah. Dee Dee's dad. Yeah, that's who it was. It was Dee Dee's dad.
Yes, that motherfucker.
Games I'm looking forward to for the rest of the year. Other than Air Riders, not that I can think of. No. Now next year I got something I'm fucking looking forward to, and I'm gonna be streaming the fuck out of it. I fucking dare somebody to guess what it is. Real heads will know what I'm talking about. Real heads. I don't know if that's the phrase I meant, but that's what you got. Dust Floods? I don't even know what the fuck that is. Not Roblox. Sorry, my brain needs oxygen after having talked 3 hours straight without stopping. Cult of the Lamb expansion? I'm only kind of looking forward to that. No, it's the new Tamagotchi game. That comes out next year. I can't fucking wait for new Tamagotchi. I know it's like every streamer on Earth is going to be playing that shit at the same time. Guess who doesn't care? I wasn't a streamer when the first one came out, and also streaming from a 3DS was like not a simple task. So fucking no, I'm gonna be all over that like flies on shit. I'm so excited. I've been winning lately when it comes to sequels. It makes up for fucking KSP 2. I'm getting Air Riders, which is a perfect sequel. I'm gonna be getting a new Tamagotchi, whatever. I don't remember what they're calling it. Was it Tamagotchi Life Island Adventure or whatever the fuck? I don't remember. But I'm getting new Tamagotchi. Outer Worlds 2? Fuck no, I hated Outer Worlds. I don't think I've ever talked about that, but I fucking couldn't stand Outer Worlds. I had a coworker that was like insanely excited for that game and just like would not stop talking to me about it and like things about what was gonna be in it when it was coming out and then how much he loved it when it came out and everything. And I tried it and it was like, dude, this feels like shit to play. Feels like shit to play and the story sucks. Hated it for how it kind of fucked over Outer Wilds. I think they managed to do all right. All things. Isn't Outer Wilds also getting some kind of successor? I swear to God, I heard that somewhere. I might be misremembering. But I remember one of the things that I really just did not like about Outer Worlds, and I guess it kind of folds into as I was working retail at the time, was the like oppressive capitalism shit. Because it's like, oh, this just feels like every day for me working at my shit job that I hate. I don't want to work my shit job, come home and play a game that makes me feel the same way. Yeah, I don't know if it was confirmed or not. I'll have to look into that later. They're gonna want to phase out Mii's and keep releasing games that use. Yeah, I've always been annoyed that they're like in a weird limbo. Mii's are like a nice little feature. It's very much a Nintendo thing. One of the few like identifiers that they still have. And they're just like half-assing it for no reason. I'm also annoyed that the Switch 2 doesn't have any sort of personality on it. Like, which one did? Like, it's just pure function. There's no whimsy. There's no little tune. There's no customization. You can't have like little pictures or nice backgrounds or anything. They have completely lost it when it comes to that kind of shit. They lost their whimsy. I think Nintendo lost it all out of their whimsy the moment Iwata died. That dude was like the last one that wanted to keep shit like fun. Now everything's like utilitarian. Here's your main menu. It does what you need. Bye. Oh, I should use it. Fuck out of here. Oh yeah, that's good. I should have been using this more. I forgot I had this. Wada died and Reggie retired, so it lost a lot of its charm. Yeah. It's actually kind of insane how, like, bland and corporate Nintendo has gotten. Like, compare, like, one of their E3 announcements from when Iwata and Reggie were there. Where there was, like, the puppet versions of them, and there was, like, that... Or, like, the one where they had, like, the weird, like, fake fight scene or something. To, like, the direct, and it's just, like, a businessman in a room where he's like, hello, here is our new lineup. Okay, a future female president doesn't mean that they're gonna start having fun. It kind of is, like, disgusting how fucking boring they've become. They've lost it. They've lost touch hard. I don't know if they even realize how bad they've lost it. Between becoming so dry and corporate and growing such a horrible reputation for just being litigious assholes, Nintendo no longer has, like, the facade of, like, the fun family company. They're now, these guys pump out a game, yeah, it's probably going to be fun, but if you look at them the wrong way, you're in trouble, and they have zero fucking sense of entertainment. They're the Disney of games. And that is a horrible thing to be. It's good for them because they get money, but it's a horrible fucking thing long term because it's completely killed so much fucking goodwill people have had. I used to love Nintendo. Now I fucking can't stand them. I'll play their games and shit, yeah, but, like, no fucking way would I ever go to bat for them at any opportunity at this point in my life. I actively fucking cheer for them to take their fucking licks. Like, I have no investment in, like, Pal World. I've played it. It's okay, whatever. It's alright game, I guess. It's not the most inspired thing I've ever played. But I do cheer for them to win in their whole lawsuit, because, like, fuck Nintendo. Nintendo needs fucking legal losses to rein them in. Like, they've had so many times where they've done some stupid litigious bullshit, but won anyway. Now they think they can just do it for anything. They just win all their lawsuits, so they just fucking do whatever they want. I need them to be told, you're not in the right. Fuck you. You've lost this lawsuit. This person can do something you didn't want them to do. Yeah, they need to be humbled. That's what I'm trying to say. Fuck them. Oh, fuck them. They make me so annoyed. And yet, I still don't dislike them as much as I dislike 2K. 2K, I actively wish would just, like, go under. I fucking cannot stand 2K games. I feel like they're, like, the #1, like, worst thing. They're, like, the kings of the worst of what's happening in the games industry. You think of, like, the worst shit that's happening in the industry, and they're, like, they are, like, pioneers in being shit. Activision? Even Activision isn't as bad these days. Like, they're not good at all. EA is a whole different fuck out. But 2K is just like, they take every opportunity to suck and they revel in it. On ZA. I haven't played it, and I honestly don't really want to. Not because of, like, a quality thing. It's just, like, I don't know, man. It just does not look like anything I really feel like playing. Pochi likes it, and from what I've seen, there are some nice things about it. I think the combat system looks neat. I don't care. It's like, it's not selling me on a Switch 2 by any measure. I think, because I watched Pochi play pretty much the whole thing, and I know a lot of the major story beats. I think the things they did with the story are fucking cool. I appreciate them getting more mature in some of their storytelling. I've always wanted Pokemon to get a lot more mature with their storytelling, and not straight up dark, because that's like some edgelord shit, but acknowledge that the world isn't sunshine and rainbows. I think that's fun. I think it's fun to acknowledge that the world's not perfect. It makes me feel more grounded in the world when I'm not made to believe that everybody smiles each morning and gives a wave and kisses their Pokemon goodnight. You know what I'm saying? I like knowing that, like, it's life. It is still life. There's life and death. Things happen. People aren't happy all the time. It doesn't always go right. That kind of thing. It's grounded. I like that. I like it when it's grounded. That's what I'm trying to say. Oh, I appreciate some of the more grounded things I've seen in ZA. Treat them like human. Treat them like people, and not like. The hacking is just, it's gonna happen. I don't know. We'll see what happens in the future. I don't know. I'm hoping that they know what they're doing. Yeah, the first generation had a lot of dark stuff. That's true. Oh goodness. I mean, the first generation Team Rocket is like, it is literal criminals stealing and abusing Pokemon for games. Yeah, like, Mewtwo is a genetic freak that was made for fucking domination. Like, that's dark. And the game is better for it. That's why I fucking... In terms of gameplay, Scarlet Violet, okay, they are some of the more fun that it's been in a while. Story-wise, hit or miss. I like that the professor is, you know, okay, spoilers, even though it's like an old game at this point. I like that the professor straight up literally fucking dies and is your fault. I don't like that the team, that the rival team, is just some fucking kids who are outcasts. Why did we go from, like, world enders and criminals to, oh, the teachers weren't nice to me in school. Fuck you. What a fucking waste. What a cop-out. Get fucked. Team Star is the biggest wet fart of a fucking team in all of Pokemon. I don't understand why they had something like it. It's fucking stupid.
What?
Yeah, they could have had them be some other thing, and then also there was a team. I don't get it. Oh, that's something else too, is you don't get a rival anymore. You don't get a rival who's like actually like a jackass, who's a jerk. Now your rival is like a fucking cartoon character. I have like no strong opinion on Nimona. Who was the rival in Sword and Shield? Hop? Yeah, no, I forget because Hop and How are the same fucking character. Hop is fucking bad. How is even worse. I fucking hate that you haven't had a rival that's just like, yeah, I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna fucking dominate you in everything we do. Now, any sort of like quote-unquote rival, if they even include one, is just, oh, you're my best friend. I love you and everything, and I want to fucking, let's do some shit together and fucking, you know that like smiley face that goes around where it's like a giant, like goofy fucking smile with a giant buck tooth? That's what the rivals have felt like. Hold on, I'm gonna get that picture on the... You have to come drop your opinions on Pokemon?
Yeah, no, oh, no, BD.
I need to just... I'm gonna... It's a secret. I'm dropping this in the fucking... in the general.
I think... Hey. Straight up.
All right, here. This is what your rival in Pokemon games is now. This is what they are now. Ever since How, this is your rival. Actually, no, fuck it. Even like X and Y.
Yeah, even...
No, X and Y. This was X and Y. X and Y, you had 3 of the fuckers. No.
2, 4.
Was there 4?
There
One.
was 4.
No, there was 4, but one of them I don't think was a very happy person.
Oh, because...
Oh, yeah, no. It was, Black and White where one was...
Oh, yeah, it was Bianca.
Oh, Jesus, like every fucking thing in OBS. Oh, what the fuck? Oh my god, I'm like activating everything at once. Okay. Yeah, Black and White was one where it was that, but one of them was like sad. Anyway. No, I don't remember how I even got on this, but I'm gonna keep going on about it anyway. The rivals in Pokemon have sucked major shit for years now. They are terrible. There hasn't been a good team since... Okay, for all the shit that I will give Sun and Moon, I do like Team Skull. Team Skull was the last good team.
Yeah.
Bar none.
And
They were misunderstood punks, but they were still, like...
they were assholes.
They were still asshole criminals that would fuck shit up. In the gas station, roll the ball down the playground slide. That was a fucking achievement.
Hey.
Love it. Anyway, also, their theme fucking smacked.
Yeah. Dance.
I forgot what I was doing.
Okay. Now, it's like, I don't think anyone.
I,
No, the remakes are fun.
I mean, but Sapphire.
I genuinely don't mind what they did with Archie and Maxie
I like the
and,
design.
and Omega and Alpha. No, 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 no. No, no, no. You're out of your mind. You have nostalgia goggles. They were literally copy-pasted shells in fucking Ruby and Sapphire. They're literally the same guy. You can't act like they had more depth in the fucking original games when they were literally both the same guy with a palette swap. They were... Oh, whatever. So... Yeah, they were more rude. Okay, fine. But now they're people.
To be honest, they're not really.
No, that's kind of to do what they were doing in the first place. They had to be stupid people. They tried to flood or drought the world because they liked land or water. You gotta be stupid to do either one.
And then I came.
Ooh.
No,
No. I have talked about it before, and the few times that I've talked about Pokemon. I don't talk about Pokemon all that much.
Name the protagonist,
Uh-huh.
the professor dying.
Sword and Shield, I can't think of a single good thing about it. Literally, off the top of my head, thinking about Sword and Shield, I literally can't recall a single good thing about it. I can't think of anything where I was like, yeah, you had issues, but I liked so-and-so.
The raids
I can't think of anything that would make me think, yeah, that was something I really liked.
I like the raids.
Okay, at best, I can say some of the Gigantamax designs were cool. That's it. Sword and Shield were just fucking boring. Sword and Shield were boring as fuck. X and Y were boring as fuck. Sun and Moon, my fucking beloathed. I hated everything about them. There are some good characters and good designs trapped in a fucking abysmal game. Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon is like, what if we took our story and then completely undermined it so that we could tell a different story?
In the ever.
What? No, I don't give a fuck. I hate one of the other things I hate Sun and Moon for is the start of the end of Pokemon doing shit via HMs. And I know some people are like, oh, but it's a good quality of life that you don't have to like put moves on your Pokemon and take up space and shit. I don't like the ride Pokemon. I don't like having presets to fucking do shit. I liked the choice of like, oh, this is my Pokemon that I did shit with, and now, you know, I progressed to the point that it's able to do these things for me. I don't like that it's just like, oh, here's my fucking, like, my machine that I can take out, and it just does the thing for me now.
So bad. I didn't even bother.
Whoops. I also didn't finish it. Not that I don't know how it ends. I know how it ends. I just didn't finish it myself because I thought it was fucking horrible to play. I also really, really, really hated the, oh, what's the fucking word? When it's where you had to do, instead of the challenges, or the gym, you had to do the fucking... I fucking hated the Totem Pokemon. That sucked. It was stupid. It wasn't fun. The Totem Pokemon were not fun. Outright Plain and simple, I'll fucking die on that hill. The fucking totem Pokemon were entirely unfun. Nothing good about them. Nothing. Nothing.
Gambling.
I miss being able to gamble as a child. I know. I enjoyed it too. I get why they got rid of it. But I do lament the loss. And now kids are just gambling for real elsewhere. Bring back gambling in Pokemon. They're gonna gamble anyway in this day and age.
Mercy is
Hot take, BDSP were underrated and you liked how they handled HMs. I played 5 minutes of it and was like, I'll play more later, and then it didn't.
I have
I also miss gyms and puzzles and shit. I kind of miss being railroaded. Is it Alf?
it, you know.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's not what I meant, but that was fun. I like that. I kind of miss being railroaded.
Get ball.
I remember as a kid thinking, I wish I could just, like, I wish there was, like, an open kind of Pokemon game where you can go wherever you want. And now that I got it, it's like, oh, I kind of miss the restrictions. They made it feel a little bit more, made me feel a little bit more accomplished when I got places. And Nintendo's got too much of a hard-on for fucking open-world games right now. I see Metroid Prime 4 for details.
Gotta admit, that was it. I'm not biased.
I don't like those. Oh yeah. See, I can't remember these fucking games because they're really not that great. Yeah. Sorry. Fuecoco. Like fuego. Like hot. Fuecoco.
I can be bad at Pokemon. I still got.
I don't remember who it was that was in charge of Heart Gold Soul Silver. It was like a dude that like grew up playing Gen 2, and he was like given the opportunity to head it. He wanted it to be like a love letter to Gen 2, and he accidentally made one of the best Pokemon games there was. If that dude's still working at Game Freak or the Pokemon Company or whatever, please fucking let him be in charge, because whoever the fuck is doing this shit now doesn't know what they're doing. Now they don't want Masuda in charge anymore because he was a fucking power tripper.
Walkers.
Not me. I actually took time to take care of that shit.
I have 3.
Thank God that was the one generation I decided to start taking care of my games. That shit's impossible to come across. Not without spending a fortune.
Okay.
Should have got in the way of the investors.
That sounds about right.
Well, maybe he was actually a hero for that. Maybe that was a good thing. Because the game certainly started to go downhill when they stopped letting him be in charge. He might have been an asshole, but at least he was an asshole with a vision.
Yeah, he was an asshole. And awesome.
This is going to start to stray away from Pokemon, but you are absolutely right in that investors just ruin fucking everything because they don't actually know what... They invest in a thing because it's making money, but they like never take the time to find out why the thing is making money. So when they do whatever the fuck changes because they think it'll increase their revenue and it fucks the entire thing up, it's so goddamn frustrating. Why would you invest in something and then take zero time to understand it and then bomb it and ruin your investment. How is that a good strategy? How does that make sense?
Debt.
Yeah, the fucking Discord went public and then like immediately put in their own fake currency. A fake currency, mind you, that has probably one of the worst exchange rates I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
The fucking orbs.
or
You have to have so many of those fucking orbs to do even the most basic thing. It's like actually insane.
gambler.
Yeah, go sit down. We're done with Pokemon. Orbs is so fucking. I think you'd have to probably sit and watch like a feature-length movie amount of ads to get one thing with the stupid orbs. I somehow missed an entire wall. I'm gonna do this the hard way because it extends the amount of time I have here. You know, that's really hard to get off. Investors are probably some of the worst people on Earth. Private investors and people who do that shit, probably some of the worst people. Because their life revolves around taking things and trying to get themselves the most money at the expense of the world around them. Thanks for ruining things for the world because you wanted more money. Fucking prick. Fucking dick. You piece of shit. I had $1 for every time I saw that an investor in our investment group ruined something for everybody. I would have had made more money than they did. How the fuck is there anything on this stupid bench? I swear to God, I soaked this thing to the bone. I soaked it down to the bone. Welcome to the underground. That was a ball. My throat is so fucked up talking for so long. I don't have anything to do tomorrow. I don't think. Tomorrow, Sunday? I got some, like, stuff around the house to talk through. Drink water? I've been drinking soda. Because it might sound bad, but the sugar and shit in it will kind of create, like, a film on the back of my throat, which helps better than water. Again, sounds terrible, but it does actually. It's not the best thing to treat it, by all means. I should have so much better to deal with it. But it helps. Like that song, but it does do be having a good sound. There's a specific kind of tea, it's like a Chinese herbal tea that... How the fuck is there anything on this? Anyway, there's a specific herbal tea that a lot of voice actors use. It's the name of it is escaping me right now. That I need to get a hold of it. Bulb knows what it is. He's talked about how it is really, really good. Fucking, I really wish I could remember what it was called. Oh, it's the fucking water closet sign. What? Oh. Knew there was gonna be so many nooks and crannies. Oh, actually, that's a whole wall. that I've done missed. Oh, and this barrel. Die. Okay, okay, alright. Alright, 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 alright. Yeah. Yeah, that's the stuff, but you can also get it as an herbal tea. I need to get some of that. I got recommended it by Gianni like a year ago, and I meant to get some, and I just never did. But the more I do voice work, the more I'm gonna need that shit, so I really gotta start stocking up on it. Even if I don't really like the taste, which I probably won't because I'm a picky asshole, it's still something I gotta be able to down, because I have to be able to extend the amount of time I can do this kind of shit. It's funny, I would rather take nasty, disgusting medicine to extend how long I can talk than take it to get rid of an actual, like, make me feel better through an actual illness. I fucking can't stand liquid medicine. I really, really, really can't. I would rather suffer a flu or a cold than take fucking, like, NyQuil. And it sounds like something a child would say, but I fucking cannot stand that shit. Oh. Get off my wall, you fuck. What is still over here? Get out of here. Now what? Oh, that's actually... Oh, I see. Okay. Alright, fair enough. I didn't spray those at all. Did I not get the underside? I mostly got it. I just missed a fucking corner. God, this shit is nitpicking so hard. Cherry cough is the bane of everybody. If there's anybody on this planet that's like, oh, I actually kind of like the taste, you're going to jail, man. You're going straight the fuck to prison. You're like a hazard to the human race. I'm soaking everything in soap and praying to my god. What the fuck now? What? What are you bitching about? The wall? There's nothing on this wall. This wall is fucking immaculate. Talking about this? What? What are you talking about? You're on some sort of... Oh. Actually, I do see that now. Yeah, actually, I do see that. Fair enough. But this wall, I'm not... Oh. Again, that's kind of nitpicking. Is there something... Is this wall, like... Oh, shit. Like, extend over here and I missed something? Like, what the fuck? Your mixed English Chinese, so your love of tea was locked in from day one. Yeah, fair enough. Owl horns plaque. Okay. Gas station wall. What are you talking about? I see like maybe a speck. Talking. You smoking crack? Crack. What are you talking about? Where? Where is the problem? Soap sticks to whatever is dirty. So. Oh, fuck you, dude. That's so stupid. Oh, there you go. There's your time lapse. Yay. Down to the bone. Under the sea. Under the sea. Down where it's wetter. Things are way better. Take it from me. Up there, all those people call you gay. Down here, we just play some games all day. Down here, we watch shows on Blu-ray. Under the sea. Going. Never know. All right, I think that's plenty of cleaning for one day. Yeah. Let me, before anything at all, because I know Streamlabs is an absolute piece of shit, is gonna just fight me every step of the way. Open page. Now this. And I can roll my credits. Oh, thank you. Thank you for being here. This was a nice stream. Something I needed to do for a while was just... Whoa! Fuck yeah! I needed this, like, hang out, take my brain off, take off my brain, put it on the floor and stomp it. I needed a cool game that I think no good so far. God damn. What's that? It's fine. Anyway, thank you for being here. Thank you for coming out, hanging around, etc., etc. Probably try to stream again by Monday. Perhaps, maybe. No, not tomorrow. I think something else is happening tomorrow. But yeah, I'll see you again. Y'all have a good night. Bye bye.